Oh, we'll resume. So again, I was thanking the people who all involved in the budget process, so thanks again. Quickly, the rink update, since Monday night where we all agreed to have that pulled, basically, and we're gonna go get an MI for the rink. We did a reset. I wanna thank Billy for leading that. And in the interim, since then, I've been busy talking to people, and there is some interest to help us in a public-private partnership. So as that becomes more clear in the coming months, and especially after MI is granted, or hopefully is granted, then it would come to, we would go to the BEOC and to the RTM and the BET for that interim appropriation, and then we should be on our way there. But there was a broad agreement that that's the route we have to take, and excited. I'm really excited. We're going to get really a first-class facility there. So again, thank you to Billy and all the rink committee and all the people in this town that reached out to us. This week we had a big long ceremony at the Bruce Museum. It was the biggest one of our tenure. We had about 5 people promoted in the Greenwich Police Department, including Deputy Chief Mark Zuccarello. We welcomed 2 new people, John Delgado and Anthony DeLuca, into the GPD family. And we welcomed back Sean O'Donnell, who retired, who's becoming a special now. So congratulations to all of them. We also were over at Pathways to initiate Mental Health Awareness Month with Peter Tessie, doing a great job there. Last night we had the Strickland Brook Flood Forum, something that's near and dear to my heart since I grew up about 4 feet from it. And I want to thank Jim and DPW, especially Jim, who it's never easy when you're doing those things, because he presented the facts and was very, very helpful to people. It's when you talk about flooding, there's never really a good answer or response that people want to hear. And I speak from someone who has been flooded out, so I know the frustration that goes there, and it's not easy to do those forums. So Jim, thank you for doing that and your time there. Tonight, I have to go head over for the leukemia fundraiser event in White Plains, and then I'm rushing back to honor our good friend, God bless you, Jerry Catrone, who's going to be getting a proclamation tonight. It's Jerry Catrone Day for 50 years as a volunteer at Sound Beach. So we want to wish Jerry congratulations and the best of luck on his next 50. And then tomorrow we'll all be at Law Day at 12 o'clock. And Karen Fasliotis will again be getting the Pro Bono Award. So Karen does a lot of work there on behalf of the town, so we want to congratulate her. Greenwich Arts Council's 50th anniversary is this Saturday. I think it's at 5 o'clock at 299 Greenwich Avenue, the old town hall. Monday at 4 o'clock, we're going to be over at the Teen Center for the Vietnam Veteran Ceremony. We have about 200 people coming, I think, to that. We're also going to honor those 15 who perished from Greenwich. So the Lieutenant Governor, I know, has been working on this for a couple of years, and then COVID kind of sidetracked us, but we're looking forward to that. On Thursday the 18th, I can't even read my writing. Greenwich Boys and Girls Club's annual awards at 6:30. If you haven't been to that, it's really a fun night. On May 20th, Saturday, Byron Park cleanup at 9 o'clock. Daughters of American Revolution community reception will be from 1:30 that day to 5. The Greenwich Boat and Yacht Club commissioning at 4. Sunday at 9 o'clock, we're going to do the Pathways in the Park walk. That should be fun. Monday the 22nd, Jewish American Heritage Month will begin. We'll have a ceremony here at 3 o'clock in the Town Hall meeting room. Tuesday the 23rd, Safe Boating Week. We'll do a proclamation here at 12 o'clock in the Town Hall meeting room. And then 5 o'clock on the 23rd, that same day, we're doing the Greenwich Town Parade, which will be 2 hours going down Greenwich Avenue. We're going to come back, circle around to the back of this building. Free food, free music. It's a throwback to the block party that we had here in Greenwich in the 70s and the 80s. And I know Ray Dalio and the Greenwich Town Party organization, they've always talked about bringing something back, and that was the whole, I think, inspiration for the Greenwich Town Party. But then they got these great headliners, and it became something else that everybody loved, but not everybody can go to that. So they wanted to do something to include the community. So we're really looking forward to that. And of course, on the 27th will be the town party. So lots of things going on here, and I'll turn it over to Lauren.
Thanks, Fred. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, quite busy. I think this is really our first post-pandemic reality, and since we've been elected, Fred, in 2019, so it's super exciting. And thanks to everyone who includes us in these events. It's really an honor to represent the Board of Selectmen with my colleagues and participate. And just thank all the wonderful employees and volunteers that we have in the town of Greenwich that make our town run so smoothly. In terms of updates, I think folks might remember that I'm on the committee to develop the key performance indicators, KPIs, for the Plan of Conservation and Development, the POCD. So thanks to our new business analyst, Wendy Zhang, we have an update on the website for calendar year 2022 to see how we're doing with those metrics. We've also had several submissions. We have an opening on the Central Middle School Building Committee, and along with my colleagues, we're looking to wrap that up by next week. So if you were interested, please get your application in soon, because we do want to get this in front of the RTM for the June meeting. We have a lot of work to do on the building committee, so the extra hand is certainly going to be helpful. We also know that we have a backlog of submissions to be on the Nathaniel Witherall board. There are 4 openings. We are going to be scheduling those interviews to the tail end of May and into June. So I want to thank the folks that we interviewed already for their patience as we get through all the candidates. It's been our practice that we interview everybody before we make any decisions. Also want to thank DPW. The flags are back up on Greenwich Avenue, so just in time for Memorial Day. So thanks for being a partner to Reimagine Greenwich and Greenwich Forward for showing our patriotic spirit. And lastly, as the liaison to the Selectmen's Nomination Advisory Committee, again, now that COVID is behind us, we have not done the traditional year-end thank you to our boards, commissions, and committee volunteers who have retired. So we're going to do a big celebration on June 8th from 5 to 8:30. We have about 60 members that have retired over the past 3 years to acknowledge for their service. So more to come on that.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning, and thank you. As ever, I'm thinking about best practices, and now that we're into May and beach passes will again be checked, I just want to go on record. I think that the town should post signs at our beach entrances explaining the beach pass policy. So I just wanted to get that out there. And continuing in the spirit of appreciation, this week is Police Week and Nurse and Teacher Appreciation Week. So thank you to all the police officers, nurses, and teachers in our community whose service touches on all of our lives. And spring is in the air, and Mother's Day plant sales are heralding the start of gardening season. I'm not even going to try to give a shout out to all the nurseries and garden clubs and land trusts and botanical centers that are holding plant sales this weekend, because I know I'll overlook somebody. So I'm just going to say, please keep our native pollinators in mind when you are picking out your plants. And finally, May 13th is World Migratory Bird Day. If you'd like to lend a helping hand to our feathered friends, as well as to night pollinators, consider turning off, dimming, or redirecting your outside lighting, which greatly impacts these populations. To learn more, follow the example of Lights Out Greenwich. The Greenwich Conservation Commission and Planning and Zoning Commission are actively working on ways the town can promote dark sky initiatives, as are local organizations such as Greenwich Audubon and Pollinator Pathways. And that's it from me.
Thank you. I hope it doesn't include the woodpecker that's been using my house for target practice.
Oh, I've got one too.
We have all these bird feeders and these beautiful birds, and you just look at them and like you stare at them, and then this one ruins it every morning. Like, anyway, I just want to update everybody. There was a water main break this morning over in the Bruce Park area, and Aquarian has it under control. But it was isolated. But the water main break, it left most of Indian Harbor area, Indian Field Road, without water until probably the next 4 to 6 hours. So there's roughly 130 customers that have been affected. And they've been contacting the impacted customers. So we'll keep you posted on that. But hopefully, if you're in that area, you've been contacted already. Okay, going on to old business. We have the request for the temporary closure for the water main replacement work on Greenwich Avenue between Elm Street and Griggs Street. And I think Ken Petrini's here from Snyder Civil Engineering. And if Ken can be promoted, please, thank you. Ken Petrini, Snyder.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Doing well.
Well, thank you for joining us today. And I know we were waiting on the approval from the health department, and I know I checked with them earlier in the week, and the director was not positive that that was granted. So do you have any update for us on that?
Good morning, this is Jim Dabo. So the contractor did submit their request for variance to the noise ordinance. We are still awaiting feedback from that. We do not have approval at this time. However, we're hoping that we could get some type of a contingency approval here in the meantime, just to expedite this. So they did submit it. We're hoping to hear back soon. And we're also contingent upon this. We're hoping to start outreach on the ground next week with our crew.
Oh, okay. No, I appreciate that. I know that I did have a brief conversation with the director, and they're very willing to work with you, but I know she had some concerns about it. So again, we'll wait to hear from you. But if there's in the interim, if there's anything a hold up, just if you could just reach out to me, and I'll try to expedite as much as I can. I just want to make sure that everybody's been contacted and all the approvals were granted.
Could we do a conditional approval rather than have this come back in 2 more weeks? Because this has been the third read, condition our approval on.
We certainly can do that. Again, we've for a month now we've asked for this, so I think if really have to get that approval, and I mean we can't do it for them, so we can do it conditionally. But if you don't have the approval in 2 weeks, we're going to be back in the same spot. So I don't really know if it makes a difference or not. I mean, I don't know if anybody from the health department's on. All right, well, I mean, I did, because I spoke with Caroline Baisley, and she said that they're willing to work with you. Please get the approval and let us know when you have it. And I'll reach out to Caroline again today. So I'll accept a motion to approve upon, condition that you get the approval from the health department, if that's okay with my colleagues.
I'm fine. But I wanted to introduce a motion. I think it's a motion that the permission be for 3 months, and then everybody come back, and assuming everything's fine, that we continue the approval. But I don't want to
slow it down.
I don't want to slow it down, but I also don't want the approval to be for a full year or 18 months, and then if there's issues that we have to then reopen this. So
okay, so that's so we'll take the motion. We'll take that motion now. So you want to make the motion?
yes, although my colleague Lauren Raven is usually much better at making motions than I am, but I move that that the period of approval be for, what's today, 3 months from today. and that all the parties just check it. It's just a check-in.
How about 3 months from the start?
Fine, yes, 3 months that's better. 3 months from the start of the project,
Upon, also with approval from the health department.
yes. Condition on approval from the health department.
Is there a second?
Lauren Rabin, I second it.
All those in favor? Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, and thank you. Ken, we'll circle back with you, but hopefully you'll have this next week, and then we'll see you in 3 months.
That sounds great, and I appreciate your time and your approval, and also we will send something back to Ken Borsick with the approval, just so you have it.
Very much appreciated. Thanks so much, and have a great day.
Thank
You as
Thank you
well.
much for your time.
Thank you. Okay, going on to the second item on old business, a request from the Boys and Girls Club to use the Arch Street Teen Center. We have Christina Vittoria of the Boys and Girls Club. There she is. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We've had this is the second read. I have not received anything negative. I don't think my colleagues have either. So I think we're ready to go.
Yes, no questions. So Lauren Rabin, I move that we request, that we approve the request from the Boys and Girls Club of Greenwich to use the Arch Street Teen Center.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor? Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
All done. Thanks, Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you
Thank
do.
you all, and a very special thank you to the team at Arch Street, Kyle and Icy, and we're just really thrilled to have this space to continue our programming. So a big thank you.
Yes, they do a tremendous job, and thanks to them, and thanks to you, and we'll see you on the 18th.
Yes, bye.
Thank you. Okay, last item under old business is the request from DPW for the road closure on Harding Road, Tomac, and Forest Avenue for the drainage improvements. And we have Ian Brown, our town civil engineer. Good morning, Ian.
Morning, everyone. I'm back here today to answer any questions. Oh. There we go.
Got a
Sorry
good,
about
got
that,
a good
guys.
voice, though. We could.
Yeah, I thought I could yell loud enough, but I don't know about the Zoom people. Good morning, everyone. I'm back here today to answer any questions regarding the request for road closure for sections of Tomac Avenue and Forest Avenue in Old Greenwich, near the site of the Eastern Greenwich Civic Center. Since our last meeting, we've received several comments from residents in the neighborhood, so I wanted to touch on some of the most frequently asked questions. Number one being, what time frame is the road closure? As of today, we are expecting a construction start date of mid to late May and a total detour time frame of approximately 3 months. This will be a complete closure taking place during normal construction hours, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. The road will be reopened at the end of the day. Any work outside of this time frame will either be outside of the roadway or will utilize alternating one-way traffic. Number two, why does it need to be a full road closure? The pipe network being worked on is located directly in the center of the roadway, and we felt that it was safest to close the road while construction is taking place, since contractors will need room on both sides of the road to use excavators and other construction equipment and stockpile materials and that type of thing. Why now? Can it be pushed until after the beach season? We understand that right now the summer is a very popular time for Old Greenwich, but this work needs to be completed now as to avoid impacting the construction of the opening of the new Civic Center. We don't want to delay any opening of the brand new, beautiful Eastern Greenwich Civic Center, which is being built. And will this have a significant impact on traffic in the area? When road closures begin, comprehensive detour signage will be posted around the area. While this may have a small initial burden on traffic in the area, we do believe that residents will adjust their daily commutes in a way that is most comfortable to them. This was the case for the nearby Sound Beach Avenue project, whose detour route was operated successfully despite being a permanent road closure of a major thoroughfare. We've also heard concerns about potential speeding caused by detours. We will communicate these concerns to the police department and monitor it as the situation unfolds. And we understand that road closures are an inconvenience to drivers, but we believe that the work we are doing here will make Old Greenwich better. In order to keep the public informed on the status of the project, the DPW will be providing updates to the project page on the town website as the project progresses. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ian. And if in addition to that, if DPW can just send us something that we can get out, periodically, every few weeks, just to keep the Old Greenwich community and all residents who use those roads just updated. We know this has to be done, and it's something that needs to be done. But thank you for listening to the comments. I know 3 people had contacted me. I'm sure a lot more contacted you. But I think they understand it needs to be done. They just had some questions and concerns, and we appreciate the work that's going into it and the project that's going to be done.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll make sure to keep you updated as the project moves forward.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I just echo that. I live in Old Greenwich, so the community really appreciates that this project is happening, and they want to see it happen. At the same time, yeah, the more sensitivity that can be shown for the fact that this is a highly trafficked area, and traffic safety is of high concern in Old Greenwich. So thank you for all the work that's going into this.
Thank you. And the coordination with the police department, which is a very big, key component of it.
Yeah, I would agree, the coordination with the police department. I think we're starting to see that almost in all projects, that when we peel back the onion on one thing, a lot of peripheral issues come to the forefront that existed regardless of the project being done or not. We did get an email today about during the road closure, will it be open to pedestrians or bicyclists?
So for pedestrians, the roadway itself will be closed, but I believe that the shoulders and everything should be open. There should be access through the area. I think that should be unimpeded. Bicyclists might be a different situation, maybe a little bit more difficult. It might be a situation where they might need to get off the bike, walk it around the construction site, or take an alternate route.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much appreciated, Ian.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay.
So, Lauren Rabin, I motion that we approve the request from the Department of Public Works for the Old Greenwich Road closures on Harding Road, Tomac, and Forest Avenue for drainage improvements.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor? Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. Going on to new business, a request from the Millbrook Club for the special exemption. Pat Murphy from the Millbrook Club should be with us. Okay. This is an annual request.
Hello, good morning. Sorry about that.
Hi, Pat. Good morning. How are you?
All doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Good. Great. Thank you. So thanks for joining us, as always, for your annual request here. If you could just briefly, for people who may not know what the request is, if you could just summarize what it is you're asking for.
Absolutely. Yes, we're going to host our annual clam bake on July 15th, and we're requesting an extension to the sound ordinance for outside music. Typically is 10 p.m., and we're asking to extend it to 11:45.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and that's, in all the years, we've never heard anybody complain. I think most of the people are there, but I know you're very mindful of that. So, we'll wait the 2 weeks, but, for the first read, but I'm sure we'll be fine since it's every year we go through this. And I know you're very, very mindful of the neighbors there, and it's a fun time. Any questions?
Absolutely.
All right, Pat, so we'll see you in 2 weeks for the vote. We just want to give the public a chance to weigh in.
You know,
Absolutely. I appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks, Pat. Have a good day.
it's not a question, it's a statement. It feels like it was yesterday that this was in front of us. Time is flying.
I know. Have a good one, Pat. Thank you. Okay, next up is the Community Neighborhood Assistant Act with program proposals, and Jill Foster's here, pinch hitting for Tyler. Morning, Jill.
Hi.
Hello.
Oops, does this have to be lowered? It's still on, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, the Neighborhood Assistance Act, Tyler emailed all of you. Our office accepts the applications, and if you approve them or the public has questions, it's a program by the state to fund different projects. Corporations donate money tax exempt for them to organizations so that they can do things. So this year's applications, Greenwich United Way submitted two, the Early Childhood Education Scholarships and To Help Neighbors in Need. Kids in Crisis is doing a lighting light bulb replacement. The YMCA is doing building management and windows. The YW is doing building management systems. Those are the applications that Tyler has approved that qualify for the program.
okay, thank you. And we'll wait the 2 weeks just to get some feedback from people, and then we'll have the vote in 2 weeks.
Tyler was hoping to have approval today. I know he was not here, but he had requested our approval today just to keep this thing moving.
It has to go to the RTM, I believe. He needs to
June.
Are you
submit
okay
it.
with it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
abstaining.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we waive the first read every once in a while, and when it's time sensitive, so.
I agree, when it's time sensitive, and that seems to be a compelling argument here, so
No argument here, so.
Okay,
should I,
do we have a question?
Lauren's going to abstain, so should I make,
Thank you.
Yes, please. Or, I mean, I can make the motion, but
sure.
I'm still going to
Okay.
abstain. I motion.
She's so good.
That we approve the 2023 Connecticut Neighborhood Assistance Act NAA program proposals as submitted.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Lauren Rabin, I abstain.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, the third item has been pulled because we're just trying to get some more information. We're allowing a person, an entity, a business here in town who's going to be helping us with a brand-new dog park on the western side of town, just to go over, just to dot all the i's and cross the t's on it. So there's no rush on this, so we'll probably take this up again in 2 weeks. So we thank them. Now we're on to the public comment period. I don't see anybody who's raising their hand. So we'll go on to appointments and nominations,
None today.
and that means we have a motion to adjourn.
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Jenny. See you all.